Hi there, number 191 here, and I've got my mate Jamie Deacon with me, and he's going to be profiling his mermails. So turn it round, just so you can see him. There's my mate Jamie. Yo! And we'll get into the deck profile for you.
Alright, so starting off with everything, we've got one Deep Sea Diva, because you can only play one. Generally, 9 times out of 10, you resolve this, you won the game.
Yeah.
On from that, 3 Neptabyss, arguably the best card in the deck. Send one Atlantean, search one Atlantean, lets your combo start rolling off.
Unless it gets veilered.
Yes, unless it gets veilered. Atlantean package, RN2 Infantry, pops a base up, lets you get an additional normal summon out. 2 Marksman, pops a base down. In the battle phase, a lot of people forget about this one. In the battle phase, if you attack and do damage with it, you can special summon out another Atlantean from your grave.
Very
More
nice.
shenanigans.
Yep.
Dragoons, everybody's favourite. 2, because you can only play 2. Ditch your set of graveyard with a waters effect and get your search off, main search of the deck.
Yeah. For those that can't see, this is a very, very shiny deck.
Max rarity gold. Right, on some Mermails. This everybody does. 3 Tears. Main discard fodder. Basically, you get your Tears off, search your gun, carry on with the shenanigans, go into your XZ place. Your Megalos, with D-Barrier rolling around, Megalo's one of the best choices, can't get D-Barriered, can attack twice, 9 times out of 10, this is what wins you the game. We'll move on to that a bit later with some other cards I've got in the deck. Abyssleed, only running 1, generally start off at an early game state, summon that, pop another Mermail, more shenanigans, and then drop one from hand. Comboed up with that is Moulinglancia, everybody's favourite water. Special summon this with 5 waters engraved, drop 2 from your opponent's hand advantage, as everybody knows, is what wins matches.
Yep. So starting your opponent off with 3 cards if you're going first is
Combo
quite
that,
hilarious.
Combo that out with your Abyssleed, dropping down an extra 1, they've dropped 3.
So, and then tell your opponent to try and play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Through that one. Smaller Mermails, I don't pay that much of a big package. We've got Abyss-Spike. In a pinch, it can get you out of tough situations. Drop a water from hand and then search a water. If you haven't seen your Neptabyss or your Diva, generally search that and you attack for a puny amount. Using for rank 4 plays, carry on from there.
I'll apologise for the camera shake, unfortunately I haven't got a tripod for this.
Next one, Abyssgunde. Generally you'll get that off in your big searches when you start going through your hand loops. Ditch her to the grave and you special summon out another Mermail. So generally your targets would be things like another Megalo, going for attack damage, or Abyssleed. That's your free summon, and then you drop cards from hand.
Yeah, there's no limit on the attack on that one, I've noticed.
No, not at all. Not at all, which makes it just
quite
so good.
a broken card in this deck.
Right, another one that people are playing at the moment, Aqua Spirit. A lot of people only play at 1. It'll brick at 3. It's an additional special summon. This is generally the one that gets you off into your Toad plays, and everybody knows Toad is totally awesome.
Yeah, we've got to drop that pun in there somehow.
Right. Ball clearance and stopping your opponent's shenanigans. I run 3 Gameciels in my main deck. Obviously I can use that for my discard fodder to get out my Megalos, my Tears and stuff like that. Yep. So it backs up as another usable card if it's pretty dead in hand.
Bit in the water. A water, should I say. Put my teeth back in.
My latest edition is my OE, Maxx's.
Very, very pretty.
We're in a format where everybody's special summoning.
Yeah.
If somebody ain't special summoning, they ain't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And in which case, you're beating them. Right, that's my monster count. Quite a high monster count, but with the combos, I roll through my cards so quickly, so I thin out my deck. Next up, 3 instant fusion. You want to see this really, really early in the game. Helps you with all your rank 4s. Not much else to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's almost a generic straight off rank 4 play.
Yeah. Moray of Greed helps unbrick them rubble hands, shall I say. Shuffle 2 in, draw 3.
Backwards graceful charity.
Yes, yes.
Almost.
Of the current format, yeah. I mean, helps you to sculpt your hand, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
2 Book of Eclipse. I think this is something that a lot of people should be running right now. Yeah, you give your opponent hand advantage at the end if it's their go, but you carry on playing your go.
Yeah, you can stop quite a few plays with that. The only card that can kind of jump out the way a bit would be Buster Dragon.
Yeah, I mean
I suppose, unless you can time it right.
The main thing that I had this for is my worst matchup, which is the Magic Spectres. I hate Kieran with a passion. Absolutely hate Kieran. So that gets rid of him, lets me go off with my shenanigans, get through with the combos, then they don't get no hand advantage at the end. Yeah. Next up is my armour. I actually run the Mizuchi and the Cetus. Now, generally with Mermails, you're doing 2 searches from the Megalos as you're going through your combos. I don't run the Sphere. In my eyes, it's an OTK deck. You want to go through more power. I can stop the spells. I can stop the traps. If I'm going in, I don't want to see back row.
Yep. And they destroy themselves if in the gate.
Yeah, it's compulsory. The first spell that goes off, or the first trap that goes off on your opponent's side of the field in the gates, you haven't got a choice. So it can be baited out, but it's usually too late. Yeah. One Raigeki.
And again, as I said, shiny deck.
Yeah, we've got the ulti.
An OP2 ulti there.
Soul Charge. Building crazy balls after you've built crazy balls. Yeah. Nobody can deal with that much hate. Mandatory 1 for 1. You want to be seeing your Neptabyss as early as possible to get off your shenanigans. Yep. And to finalise, 1 Twin Twister. Pendulum decks, stuff like that. Back row, you don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll go into the extra deck. Yep. First of all.
Right, starting off with the extra deck, we go for our instant fusion targets. So I actually run Rare Fish and Norden. My reason being is once I've used 1 instant fusion, I've used my Norden, I didn't have another target. Rare Fish, if I'm going first, I don't want to waste Norden's special summon, so I use Rare Fish. I've got the space to do it, so yeah, that runs into that. Next up, 2 Toadally Awesomes, has to be done. It's the main reason I'm playing this deck. The combos on top of negate. If you can negate, you can win the match.
Pretty much these days.
And the added effect of, you can add back a water to your hand or to your extra deck, if that be the case. When this gets destroyed, it helps.
So basically it means that you can use if you use Norden and then Toad gets destroyed, you can add Norden straight back and make his 3rd instant fusion live.
Following on from that, we've got 2 Behemoth Sharks, literally just for the Toads. That's all I need it for. When I've got no material left, I generally pop it with a Megalo to get the 2nd attack because it's useless. 2/6 attack ain't bad, but 2 attacks at 32 is better.
Do you hate it sometimes when it can't attack if you brought out Toad?
Yeah. It can be a bit of a pain, but at the end of the day, if you've got Toad and you've got Behemoth Shark, you've generally got the rest of the field that other people are worrying about. Right. Abyss Dweller. Obviously, you're only going to use that on your opponent's turn, but if you're up in a mirror match somehow, not many people are playing Mermails, but
being a water deck, it's boosted.
It gives you your boost.
2/2.
But it does help you in your first turn plays if you do this later on in your turns, and it helps you discard the extra 1 to get your Moulinglancia out. Sometimes you need that little bit of graveyard manipulation. Right, Woven Dragon Spider Shark. Don't go into a lot, but it has won me a game on its own. Literally, when it was coming into a grind game, you can detach all your opponent's monsters, lose 1,000 attack. It doesn't target, and at 2,600, your opponent ain't got many monsters at 3,600 to then drop and match it.
Yeah, that's a nasty little card, that one.
Draco Sack helps me go into my Trish plays or in a grind game, go into time, set up a big defense board, your opponent's got to break it. Again, Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon. When you've got a big board, going for your massive attacks, they're left with a little bit of life at the end. Drop into a Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, let them burn themselves again.
I've seen that happen a few times.
Right. Abyssbios. Generally same kind of thing as Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon. It's situational, but when you want to play a block game, you do off all your main attacks, all your main searches, everything you need to do. Finish up with this, and you put your 2 armors on it. Generally, people are going to struggle to get over it unless they've
especially with that first effect, level 5 or higher is not attacking.
That always helps, and then you can just punch through the game. Tatsunoko, everybody loves little Tatsunoko. Lets you summon, synchro summon, with the addition of being able to use 1 monster from hand. Generally, it's your Trish plays, but you can rank up into Cold Dragon or Leo, something like that.
The updated baby dragon, as I call it.
Cold Dragon. Using a lot of people's decks, not everybody uses it correctly. In Mermails, it helps because generally you can discard a water, whether it be Infantry, and you get top 2, or Marksman, or Dragoons, get your search. So it really powers this up. Not a lot of people can use that to that power. Trish, everybody knows what Trish does. Drop that first turn with Moulinglancia and Abyssleed, and that is possible. And you leave your opponent with 1 card to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Good luck.
2 with a draw. Good luck pulling back from that.
And last of all, Leo, it helps you out with bundles. At 3-1 and can't be targeted until main phase 2, generally you're putting up a decent blockade. If they can get through that, good on them. But that's the extra deck. Side deck, whiz through it real quickly. Now, on the side I run 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber and 2 Radiant. Now I tend to swap out Book of Eclipse and what's the other one? And Raigeki. And generally get in this package if I'm not going up against Magic Spectres, because the Kaiju package, it always works. With a Kaiju, that's problem solved.
Kaiju for that.
There is a Olympio plug.
Put a link to that video down in the description below.
Right, pre-system down. Who don't hate ABC? It used to be Cosmo, now it's ABC. You got to get rid of that Dragon Ball stuff.
You might still get the odd Cosmo player if you go to big events.
And then you get strange players like we have here. Chris Petito, this is a shout out to you with your Cosmo ABC. Does it get much worse? Right, next up, Blind Sea. BA matchups, I don't tend to see much in the way of BA, to be honest anymore. But it comes in with anybody playing Toad, that'll work.
Any XE spamming deck, really.
Light Swarm, used that today. That worked for me, although didn't win the match.
Decks.
But it works.
It could certainly stop me in my tracks.
The Pendulum hate. We hate Magic Spectres. This deck does not like Magic Spectres. I can't target nothing. So anti-spell fragrance. Obviously Metal Foes is a thing. You shut down their special summoning, they really can't do an awful lot.
Shut the scales down, you can tend to walk away with the games.
Electric Virus, didn't have anything for Blue Eyes, needed to use up a bit more extra space. I can use this for ABCs, I can snatch some of their goodies, their Tsukiyomis, their Buster Dragon, stuff like that, and then it doubles up with your Blue Eyes and even Cyber Dragon, believe it or not.
Just so that people know what it does, by discarding this card from your hand to graveyard, you can take control of 1 face-up machine or dragon-type monster from your opponent's side that your opponent controls until the end of the turn. So it's a decent little card.
Generally,
it's an unusual side tech.
I don't use this on its own. I'll generally side it with some other bits. I tend to side in as a pattern either 3 or 4 cards. Up against ABCs, I want them shut down, so I'll side in 4. And last of all, the extra Twin Twisters. Generally, I've got my Marksman to get rid of my back row. I do main a Twin Twister. This is just for them other people that are just running pure back row. I'll get rid of it.
Being one of them. So,
That's about it. That's the profile.
as you saw, that was a very shiny deck. He has managed to pretty much max rarity it.
Yeah. Rarity at last.
Shout out to Catherine there sitting next to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think down in the comment section, and we will see you in the next.
Harmless plug to the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Mike and all of his family, all the judges that make this venue possible. Great place. If you get the opportunity to come down here, this is where you want to be.
Yeah, I'll put links down in the description, and just to give you some sort of idea quickly, that's the sort of turnout that we get every week. Minus the balloons on the ceiling there, and the piñata that's sitting up there as well, and the sumo suits of course, and they're not always here, it is the Christmas party. But yeah, so there's the deck profile for you. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and we'll see